Local recordings. Hard drives. Alright, let's go. Thanks for the host, Ahmed. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Enter the Dungeon, episode 32. I'm your demon host Marty, joined by Adam and Ahmed. Mark will be joining us in a little while. I think he's at a Christmas party or some such family event. How is everyone doing on this fine Saturday evening?
Very well, thank you. I have survived my recent encounter.
Encounter with
A Chinese restaurant.
And
the encounter that ensued after that.
It was a very difficult CR3. It just sort of dragged on. However.
There's a fort save, a will save, and a reflex save. The details of which you do not need to know. I succeeded. Is all you need to know.
Well, it sounds like you failed the will save, and then
it's the reflex save that kind of failed.
Oh,
it wasn't critical. It was not a critical fail.
Weird. What kind of restaurants are you going to?
Change the paint on the ceiling. All right.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's that referring to?
I've been off work for a couple days.
Yep.
I'm really sucky at being off work because if you look at don't tell my HR, I might have been working while I was off work. But I got that notice from HR of you have too many vacation hours. You shall take time off. Do
Nice.
not come back to the building until the next year.
When are you taking time off?
You're
off.
Theoretically, I was off part of Thursday, all of Friday, and then I think I don't go back till the 6th.
Okay, our work shutdown happens until the 2nd, so which means I have to be kind of available online, but I've got lots of desk space. I could open up that laptop and just wait for the text that will never happen.
Additionally, I've got my new desktop, which means I can reinstall Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we would have to start from scratch because I think we lost the files.
I think we did.
Hold
I think
on.
we did, yeah.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
You're saying I can play it now.
because you have a PC.
I have a good PC now.
Yeah, we could do three-way Baldur's Gate,
Oh, shit.
dude. All right, so
We're going to go do the thing where we look at the graves and then get destroyed again. Things are so... Fuck yeah.
There's no way to win that encounter. That encounter is just like you die.
Oh, if you saved, you saved destroyed.
Yep.
So in the game that I played, what's it called, Marty? The
Pathfinder Kingmaker. Have you started that crack?
There was one encounter with a blue floating skull, which was some kind of.
Okay, so you were at the big tree, the old.
Yes, I was actually.
And you camp at this campsite.
Yes.
Where it's like a bunch of scorched bodies. And if you don't make your knowledge nature check, you don't know what scorched them. You get a hint that they got electrocuted, and then you go to sleep in this place, and the random encounter is this fucking will-o-wisp showing up and murder-lating your party, and it's a really tough encounter for the.
It is really tough.
Yes.
Do you know how I got past that?
Running away.
No, I gave my animal companion 150 hit points. And plus 200 attack.
Wait.
Go,
By hacking the files?
Go, Dakin!
I don't know if you... I don't play video games the same way you play video games.
But I was... No. I tried it for 2 hours. I'm like, okay, this is no way. So I did it.
Rotate your saves?
Well,
there's an auto save when you slept, so
I had a whole bunch of saves, but
okay.
I constantly save.
Okay.
But do you rotate them? Do you have more than one save so you can go back 2 saves?
I have about 4 or 5.
Then why don't you fucking just go back 5 minutes?
And then do
I'm not
that
gonna
encounter after.
Fail?
You can just do that encounter after, level up a little bit, and then prepare the right spells like resist energy, electricity, and then remove fear, because the thing also oogie boogies you.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
They all run away.
So,
They all run away.
so let me get this straight. In Ahmed's head, it is more righteous to hack the game file to give God mode to your animal
I
companion
was not. Yes, he was only him.
than it is to go back 5 minutes in a save that you made and do it properly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we both hack the money because we're so annoyed at not having the good gear.
Oh, you need companions. You need companions to help you.
Oh, if you play with the dorky pre-mades that are part of the story and plot, but the plot's forced on you later on. Like you could rotate them in and out of your party as needed for their side quests.
Yeah.
Their side
Yeah,
quests are
I'm
good
actually
XP
at
and
the
good,
Stag Lord now.
Staglord is my favorite fight of the game. Assaulting that.
I haven't done it. I'm there and I saved and I'm like I'm waiting for a day.
That is my favorite fight of the game.
How are you the Stag Lord if you haven't fought the Stag Lord yet?
No. You're not.
I'm going to
the first
fight.
chapter
Oh.
is you're not managing a kingdom yet. You're kind of exploring, and the goal of it is to go fight the Staglord.
Exploring is fun. And sending you guys like, oh, this guy's got a better survival. He's gonna look for food. This guy's got a better camouflage. He's gonna camouflage. It's pretty cool.
I would love to see you play the first time Staglord without any
Any bonuses? Nothing.
without any bonuses. I just want to see
I've given my care. I haven't given them a huge bonus, but I've given them a little bit of a bonus.
I have a funny feeling that Ahmed would be BTFO'd if he didn't cheat so damn hard. If a will-o-wisp is like, I need to like...
No,
No,
these will-o-wisps are like they shoot lightning and they're fear and
They fear everybody runs away, and whoever didn't run away is dead.
at that level. Yes,
dead.
they're hard to hit. Anyways,
I was
okay,
level
so
4
So you're
or
playing.
something.
Yeah, that's too low level. You need to be 5th or 6th to take that thing on.
Unless I go.
Which means go into the big dungeon, which is the big tree, clear out the dungeon, get the levels, and then go back and camp.
I did that before.
Oh, okay. You're only at
Well, yeah,
4.
but he did it at level 4, which means he's doing another shenaniganry just to limp his way through.
No, that was the only time. That was the only time.
Yeah.
Everything else has been
The
hard
the
one.
fight that I was really annoyed with in early levels, I don't know if you found them, is the cave with the were-rats.
That was hard. I tried that 4 times.
Yeah, that
4 or
one
5
was
times?
like, oh my god. They're hard to hit. They sneak attack you, and then the one in the
Their
back
sneak
just
attacks are
the
brutal.
one in the back just bombs the crap out of you with alchemist bombs. It's like
yeah. What I did was I buffed. I had saved before I enter anything. I always save.
Okay.
Went in, died. Oh.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's like, huh, that's a thing.
Buffed. Went in. I got my 2 animal companions to charge the guy in the back.
Yep.
Just charge him, and then the rest of them started dealing with the guys on the side. Tried it a 3rd, 4th time's a charm.
Yeah, it took me a few goes, and then you rest and get the right spells, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
go buy
Yeah.
a scroll of resist fire communal and laugh at the alchemy bombs. But yeah, that first time,
Yeah, what happened? Why is their damage being reduced to 0?
because you're not scratching through their werewolf
The
or
silver,
their were-rat DR. Funny. Anyways, good stuff. I'm glad that I got at least one of you hooked on that crack.
It's fun. It is fun.
Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Is that Steam? What's it
You can get it.
It's
on
on Steam, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
This is good too because I look at the spell. I'm like, yeah, get this. Yeah, and I don't have to look anything up because you know it all.
All right,
pretty good.
Adam, what are you up to, man?
I am trying to be vacation man. I am eating the food. I am kind of homemaking the home. I am going to the gym and doing shit. I did a clean and press at 205, first set of 10. It felt really good.
Hey,
Like,
Randy.
You know, I'm just doing the stuff.
Hey,
Man. I tried to eat a bunch of Costco chicken wings as a cheat, and those shits I couldn't finish because I'm like, this shit's greasy. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is right. I need to get some yogurt or something. Maybe get some low-fat Greek yogurt with some granola.
Just probably some sort of crazy preservatives or steroids in the chickens.
There's something in the chicken, man.
Things that after you've eaten
chicken's like.
12 pounds of carrots, your system is
Oh,
can
it's
no
just
longer handle.
Oh, dude, I've got a half a bag of carrots in the fridge, and those I think those are just fucking sacrificial carrots because I was feeling bloated and not good for like 2 weeks, eating carrots and just being bloated all the time. Just being like, oh, my tummy doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
Just a giant orange dick that you're
All right.
you wake up, your wife's just slowly putting in your mouth. What day?
Because she doesn't
There's
like
more
carrots.
in the fridge.
Anyways, why don't we do a recap of what happened last time? Hey, randomly, how's it going? At last episode 31 was called A Time for Stealth. Deep within the Greater Temple, the party finds portals tied to the elemental planes. They also corner a mystic Thurge, Degum Vayuz. Alkur and Bonecrusher feel the presence of the Supreme Commander in their minds. The party, with haste, makes for the exit. Shadow tries to double back for Ali, Iggy, and Mudrazar and comes face to face with the Ogre Shaman. I believe Shadow is the only one that escaped that encounter.
He's made a run for it.
Alkur communicates magically with the canoness Yade. Oscar opens the container that holds the Orb of Golden Death. Ptolemy studies the enemy's plans and interrogates the spirit of a fallen lieutenant. With stealth and veil spells, the party re-enters the temple in search for a spellbook that contains the teleport spell. And I think we left off with a group of you down below on level 4, sneaking back upstairs. Yeah, you broke into the wizard's chambers, took a bunch of magical stuff, and then snuck back out. And then upstairs, there was a group that was going to go investigate these chambers that were kind of sealed off and that weren't frequently visited. Let me force you guys there.
3rd floor, yeah.
So this would be Crusher, Krieger, Alkur, and Darian. Pick a Mark character for you guys to pilot. Is it Darian goes to Adam and Krieger goes to Ahmed?
Sure.
Okay.
What about
hero points? We'll go back to the original method of assign an extra hero point to one of your characters.
Okay.
And keep using the consumable items, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. Or I'll reverse to you only get hero points when you use a consumable.
Nom 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 nom. Tastes like a hero point. It's my hero point donut.
Which was instituted because the guys were not using the consumables, and all the consumables are like you required to read a paragraph in the new book. We wanted
you have to read a bunch to get them to do a thing, and they provide a bonus, but they're really expensive. Like on the face of it, it's like this +2 to perception is the same as a +2 sword. Well, I kind of want the +2 sword later.
Yeah, the value and the effect of some of the potions don't really work well.
Yep.
It's it's a thing.
Just ignore the value and drink the damn potion. Drink your juice.
Just do it. Drink it.
You guys have enough treasure.
All right. Oh, exactly. We're rolling in dough. We basically can quiver all of the special swords. We just need a Vorpal one, and we've got the full set. We go fucking Yahtzee. We get a Vorpal sword in this.
Sword bingo. Nice.
All right. I suppose we're to investigate the dinner room. Traditionally, priests support in these activities. Well, then, I guess opening the door.
Right. You three, stay out here. Sure. As long do you need to go in there, or are you just looking for more trinkets? Why? If you're trying to not cause trouble, why are you trying to go in and look for it?
Yeah, isn't the laboratory just through that door up there? Said Mr.
It is. Oh, you wanted to be escorted to the laboratory.
Well, I was
Yes,
hoping to
very
see
clean.
if anything is there that might be of use. Maybe, hopefully, some of the gear that they took back from me, it might help. Might be helpful. Oh, Marty.
Yeah.
One of the things that the alchemist can do, when I was reading upon this, he doesn't need to prep. He can prep, but he doesn't need to prep. He can just make stuff on the fly if he has it.
Got it.
Assuming you have a book with the.
If he has his formula book.
Yeah.
Which was relieved from you.
Yep.
When
So right now.
Yeah. Well, we could go and get Dink here can go and finish cleaning some beakers, and Beard can get his reagents.
Very clean, very clean.
Yes,
Iggy
maybe
is
find them
cleaning
there.
up
Yes.
blood from the ends of the pile.
Yeah, there's blood.
No, too much.
He's like starting at the door. And...
just so much gore in this place.
the mustache. Well,
Krieger bumps Crusher. Maybe we shouldn't show him the room where the halfling was in.
That was messy.
All right, Krieger, Crusher, could you escort these three to the lab?
Sure.
And then we will investigate this vestige of old. We are still indeed looking for artifacts of the past, and Oscar did mention that there was armor down here. That might be something relic of.
Krieger or Darian, who is getting the extra hero point?
I vote for Darian.
Darian.
You can use it to heal people.
Yeah, agreed.
Krieger uses it to smash people. Are we worried about healing or
We're
smashing?
not low on the smashy smash, although those new guys got released, so that could be a problem. I think giving it to Darian is a safe bet.
Oscar's got the bonus, so.
Okay.
Because...
Yeah, the Crusher has the bonus because he's the guy in there.
Okay, you're going into the spooky feasting hall with the Hall of Armored things.
We will, once Krieger and Crusher come back from escorting the other three to the lab.
Yeah, just wait for us. It won't take us long. All right, you two. All right, you three, let's go.
Yeah, come on, Dink. Mudrazar picks up Dink.
You've got... Oh, no, wait, 1 second.
Yeah, there's 30 things that you left behind over here. Don't worry about it.
Iggy is, like, wiping up the bloody footprints.
Yeah, he just doesn't stop, you know. He's, you got to bring him out of this place. This place is too dirty for him.
He's like a man possessed.
Oh, yeah, he's a little goblin possessed.
He will take some time, but I think if we do remove him from here and give him some new objectives, he would be farewell. Farewell, yes.
When we...
Mudrazar takes a little bit of blood, puts it on the top of his head, sticks Iggy on his shoulder. There you go, Iggy. We're going. You can clean the top of my head. And
he's like, oh, smarter than he looks. Yes. Okay, go. Let's go. All right.
Once we have our full magical abilities, we should be able to remove this curse.
That would be much appreciated. Our friend is does not show it, but he is suffering.
Right now, remember, Darian, if Swish makes that face, it means we need to run down and rescue them.
Darian doesn't like the plan.
I'm having second thoughts of this plan of mine.
Well, Bone Crusher and Krieger, you do see the body of the Roper kind of melting in the spot where you left it, and then you enter into the laboratory. There is nobody. There is nobody in the laboratory. Things are roughly where you left them. There may have been some reagents taken. You do not find Mudrazar's cleaver. You do not find your alchemy book, although you could replenish your alchemical supplies while in the laboratory.
Oh, I'll do that. He's upset, but he'll start just making stuff
Yep.
putting stuff together.
Mudrazar puts Iggy down on a very large table, and Iggy continues to clean where he left off.
How long will you take? Do you need us to be here with you, or can we deal with things and then come get you?
This will not take me too long.
I think last time they just kind of gave up. So if somebody comes and you don't think you can take them, just give up again. Yell loudly when you're giving up, though. We'll come running.
Generally, we're not going to put up a fight. I'm going to, guys. I'm going to sign out of VC and log back in. Something's not proper.
No, don't do that. If that's what you need to do to check our levels, don't bother.
Okay, let's try like this. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Okay, so usually I have the mic like an inch or two away from my mouth. Okay, so usually I have the mic
hell over there.
How about now? Testing, 1, 2, 3. How about now? Testing.
Ellie sells, she sells by the seashore.
Yeah, it's good.
Ellie sells, she sells by the seashore.
Yeah, it's good. Cool. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Cool. Yes. Well, I mean, if anything happens, we will not fight, and we will just let you know, loudly.
We're supposed to be watching the stairs, so.
All right. Well, I mean, you can go ahead, and we'll wait for you here.
So Krieger and Crusher go back to the group.
Yep.
All right. Well enough.
All right. So now that the innocents are hidden away, are we ready to investigate this hall?
I'm ready.
Beat standing around. Come with me, Squish.
Squish flies and lands on your shoulder, giving
Remember to
you
make
googly
face
eyes.
trouble.
Weird twitch of its tail. Yep.
Funny.
Googly eyes that are not in sync. A fish head that can rotate 360 degrees.
All right.
So weird.
So, are we sneaking or are we just walking over there? I'll be sneaking. I don't know about the rest of you.
Crusher looks at Darian like,
I don't think there's a point.
Darren walks up to the edge of the grim festival
And there he goes.
and just pauses for a moment, having a look in. In this room, there are blocks of alternating red and black stone on the floor. The supports and ceilings are all black. The walls are plastered and decorated with scenes of horrid feasts. A banquet where ghouls, ghasts, and other undead things are joined by clearly living temple clerics and demons in an unspeakable repast. There are creatures that are being eaten alive, tied to the table in the scenes. Many of the cressets along the walls are unlit. Actually, all of them are. Several long tables and chairs and other sideboards are here, all dusty, but otherwise in good condition. The tables still hold many dishes, platters, drinking vessels, and containers. And it does look like the last feast that they had were eating the brains out of skulls with spoons and knives. Some of the skulls with their tops of their skulls kind of sawed open are still remaining in the place settings.
Is everything all right around there?
This is the sort of thing
This is not very... I wouldn't call it all right.
You're way too far away from your mic, Ahmed.
Yeah, the mic, the settings for the mic were, I looked it in, it was auto adjust. That's why it was screwing up.
You're whispering to us now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hush,
And now?
Yes, better.
Okay, good. Alright, no, it was, yeah, auto adjust was running, that's why. Okay.
Okay, you can see beyond there is a corridor that ends in a hall filled with suits of armor. There are visible cobwebs around the armor, although they're standing up, and each one of them is armed. Some of the armor from here looks like it may have belonged to the Knights of Epoch or other knightly warriors from the battle of the age of the battles during the age of King Hestron.
Is there? I do a detect magic ping. Is there any unidentified magic within a 30-foot radius of myself?
No.
Or 60-foot, maybe.
Are you a master in Arcana?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it is fourth circle, so I know within a 5-foot cube of the highest level magic.
Krieger wanders up beside Alker. What's for dinner?
I think he's just checking for strange magic.
Yes. Very strange magics.
There are?
There are no magics that are unexpected. Blocking out for the faint magic that just permeates the Temple of Elemental Evil in general, and then your own magics that you're carrying. Yeah, you ping. Is it 60 feet or 30?
It's 30.
30? Yeah, okay. So you're just getting a few of the place settings.
Table.
Yeah. Alright. Well,
All right.
wish me luck. Crusher's gonna take a step forward, very cautious step forward.
Okay, you're on the big black tiles. Nothing happens.
Yep.
There's no
It's like-
click. There's
it's
no
like
trap.
looking for it. Alright.
Alright. He's going to continue moving.
Okay, Darian follows you. You step on the red tiles. Nothing happens. It's at times like these that you miss Oscar.
Join us for lunch.
Alright. So far, so good.
Following in each other's footsteps.
We are the Scooby-Doo Mystery Squad. We just don't know what we're doing.
I never started. Alright, keep moving.
Okay,
Following.
there might be some place settings or a few valuable serving vessels upon these tables, but again, you're not Oscar, so it doesn't look like this group is
None of this is worth it.
trying to
Let it be.
disturb any of this grim feast.
You're not Oscar, meaning you're not awesome.
Yeah, Alker wonders if any of your heads in previous iterations have ended up in this room of feasting.
The problem is they cut the tops off. Are the tops here or the tops?
The tops
where
are,
are the tops of
the,
the
the tops are still here. Like, it's almost like you could put the little skulls back
Oh,
on.
they're like serving trays.
Yeah, there's like serving trays, yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting and gruesome at the same time. Awesome.
And practical.
Well,
Huh.
okay.
Krieger bumps Alker. That demon's got 3 dicks. And 4 arms.
Oh.
Weird.
I suppose there's some sort of joke around what the 4th arm is left to do.
Well, easy.
I think.
It's for eating.
Crusher face bombs.
I suppose that's something you could do.
Keep your wits about you.
I suggest we
Supposed to be-
stop remarking about the art. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Knowledge. What is the demon with the noodly appendages?
Sure. Go ahead.
Uh,
Occult is what I want.
okay, occult. Natural one, but I don't get a critical fail, so 20. Or I could get a critical fail if DC was 30, but
No, you're it's some sort of demon. You think it's just an artist taking fanciful liberties.
obviously the artist had some sort of phallic issue on his mind.
Is there any reference to our story? Like anything that has to do with Darian, Shadow, Oscar, anything, any werewolves or what's her name?
There is a werewolf sitting at the table who seems to be enjoying the feast, not physically, but in the picture.
Does it happen to look like Shadow by any chance?
It is a werewolf.
Does he have a bow?
Let's see. No, but it has a spear.
God damn it!
Could be any werewolf.
Could it now?
Huh? Is this Krieger? Hey, it's Shadow.
Yes, it is.
It's not that pretty.
It's not a prominent figure, but it is a figure that is sitting at the table, and the thing that the Shadow is eating looks like a ribcage of a humanoid.
Look at
glad
Shadow.
glad we're not living that iteration. Let's put it that way. Okay, sure he's gonna take a step forward.
Now
Okay.
he's on the
Look,
yeah, the fun stuff.
All right, so your dark vision, you can see the chamber juts off to the left a little bit, and it is filled with suits of armor.
there's lots of armor here. Lots of armor.
A lot of it looks old and not well kept, although there are a few shining suits that are amongst them, even though they're covered in dust.
Is it even
Cobwebs.
magical?
That would be for you to answer, my friend.
Well, is it safe? Might I enter?
I'm checking.
Ah, the hell with this. he's just jumpy right now. Super jumpy right now.
Hello?
Okay. There is a hallway that bends back and leads into a room. You think there might be a hall around that corner there. And
There's a
you can
room here.
see further into this room filled with armor, and it comes to a dead end. I apologize for my cold. Ugh. I need to go grab some more Kleenex.
There's another hallway. There's another path this way.
Ooh. I think it's jumped out to eat his face. What's this thing on the right? Oh, never mind.
On
Oh,
the, you
it's
mean
all
this
there.
this thing
Oh, this
or this? We need Oscar. Glitterfiend.
We don't use that word.
Just glitter.
Let's check out the armor first. Then we'll go and look at where this goes.
Yes. Is there a mural on the right-hand side there?
Where? Well,
He's
in the
looking
armor
at
room?
this. No, yeah, he's looking at this.
There's like in the hallway there. It looks like a mural.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Give me a second.
Don't know what this is.
Nope, just dungeon dressing.
Okay,
Cool.
All right. Okay, Alker's gonna go. Like, move.
Ping, ping, ping.
He'll move up to ping. So
Okay, so you do,
Yeah,
not there, but a little bit further in, you do catch some magic in the area.
I am at least a fourth circle caster, so I narrow it down to within a 5-foot cube.
Okay, so we'll say 2 suits of armor still have runes on them.
Perfect. Some of this armor is still ruined.
Which ones?
That one and that one. Highly inconvenient suits.
Yeah, well, so I didn't see where you're pointing. We'll say that one and...
Oh, I was pointing at those two, but whatever.
Okay,
Close
sure.
enough.
The one's in the back.
Yep.
They are still wielding weapons. We'll say one weapon also has a rune on it as well, and will be that guy's weapon.
Alright, me second.
All right, you might want to be delicate. Are they? How are they supported? Are they on stands?
Yeah, it looks like there are wooden stands inside of them. However, you do see, now that you're really close up, is that they still have skulls in their helmets. And a lot of the bottom parts of the armors look like they may have once held skeletons, but like bodies have like crumbled away and are kind of filling the boots of the armor.
Is detect undead a thing that we do in this system? Give me a second.
I think Darian can do that.
Like
The skeletons are not perfectly held together inside those suits of armor.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
There
A
is
bag of bones.
yeah.
Okay.
Darian.
A lot of the armor looks like it has seen combat, and you could see some of the places where, you know, the death blow had happened. But it does seem like each of the suits of armor was set up here with a body long ago inside.
You know, if you do have a cantrip that just damages undead.
I do, but I have to see an undead use it,
Okay.
and I might not have prepared it today.
All right, Crusher's
Supposed to
going.
be fighting undead.
Crusher's
There
going
is
to.
no undead here.
Crusher's gonna hop around and try to grab the weapon.
Okay, so you
About-
give me a thievery check or an
Athletics.
acrobatics.
Fine.
I pointed out the magic. Go get it.
24.
24. Okay, so you managed to take the pole arm out of the suit of armor's hand without disturbing the suit
Dang.
of armor.
Passes it to whoever's using reach. I guess Krieger will come over and like, you know, get stuff from him, and then Darian will just keep watch. So pass the weapon, and then I'm gonna hop over to this guy over here in the corner.
Okay, let's figure out what pole arm it is.
Kenny!
Excuse me. It is a halberd.
Cool.
Halberd with runes. We'll figure out what that is later. Okay, this is a suit of... All the armor and weapons are different in the system.
Yep.
Ama. There we go. It is a magical suit of half plate.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Are you writing that down, Ivan?
Nope.
Give me a second. Treasure.
Too busy doing nothing.
Okay, so are you just packing it all up, or are you taking it piece by piece? Are you leaving it there? What are you doing with the armor?
Darian, are you alright with us taking this?
He gives a quick nod. He's looking around the room.
Alright. Sorry. Hope you found some rest.
And he starts taking the armor off.
I somewhat doubt he found rest. That is unfortunate. We must defeat this accursed place.
Indeed.
Yeah, I guess I take the roll a acrobatics check.
Yep. If you're trying to take the armor carefully, without making too much
Noise.
of a
Yeah.
commotion. Okay. Well, Crusher's
28.
very carefully taking the armor down, kind of pulling the skeleton that's sort of also bolted to the back of the armor. Requires a bit of hand strength, but Crusher's able to do that and make us a little pile of the armor, which then gets ferried back to Krieger, and then it's all kind of being deposited at Alkur's feet.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Here you go. From back, then hop over here and start doing the same thing.
Okay.
19.
Okay, there is a bit of a scrape as you drop a pauldron on the floor.
Sorry.
You hear a kind of a raspy voice from the halls to the south.
We're just gonna leave that.
Darian just
Crusher's gonna leave that and just start walking towards these guys.
Okay. Pretty soon, your own shadows are starting to attack you, and there are things that are flying out of the armor. And we're gonna roll.
Okay, I moved Crusher. How far?
That's fine.
Okay.
You can get it to there. We have
Initiative.
which I will.
This is going to be the loudest sack of frying pans tossed down a flight of stairs you've ever heard.
Fighting in this room.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shadows are using the armor as cover. Krieger just swipes through 4 sets of armor.
Down on the 4th floor. What's going on?
Hey, look, they're all going upstairs.
What is that loud noise?
I don't know. I don't know those assholes. We go wait. Hey, Ptolemy, you can learn arcane spells, right?
Just leave them all behind.
No, we can't leave them behind. One of them is important.
Okay, so this is. I'm gonna give. What's your perception? And their stealth. Okay, Oscar isn't there. Shadow isn't there. Alkur the Black is. Darian, Bone Crusher, Alkur the... No, it's Alkur the White.
Alkur the White.
Krieger, Shadowy Undead, Ptolemy is not there. Oh, you guys beat them in initiative. Fuck. Okay, all you saw were their shadowy forms kind of swirling around. They haven't quite come out into the light yet. Darian, what are you doing? You basically had guys have a round of prep before they show up. Or you could try to seek to figure out where they are.
Darian, I think his sword is flamey. That's what he said last time. Not.
His
I don't
sword
think he
is.
has being disruptive today. I thought it was last time he had it was flaming because we had trolls that we were worried about.
Wait, can he choose?
When he preps, I believe he chooses. So he's going to raise his shield and he's going to move to the group and raise his shield.
Okay.
I think there's a sword out.
Crusher.
Crusher's gonna go into mountain stance, and
Move, Alka.
he's going to ready to move in Alker's place when he moves.
Okay, I'll cur the white.
All right. I thought we cleared the undead of this place.
There's a reason why the current inhabitants of the temple didn't frequent this area.
Alker's gonna step into the middle and raise the shield spell.
Nice.
Okay, Crusher takes his ready and moves over here.
Okay, Krieger.
Can we see where they are?
There are kind of shadows moving around the room, but they're not stepping into the direct light, so you know they're kind of surrounding you. Some of them are coming along the walls here. Some of them are hiding in suits of armor that you haven't disturbed.
Oh, some of them are coming from. So they're not stepping in the open.
Nope, they have not stepped in the open yet. You could try to look for them.
Krieger's going
I
to.
can't.
I think it's Ahmed's turn. Ahmed's doing.
No, I'm. Oh, Krieger. Yeah, Krieger's going
Rage ready to whack a thing?
step over here.
And then ready to whack a thing. Not rage.
Yeah, he'll ready to whack a thing, and then he'll rage next round.
Okay. The shadowy undead begin to move along the walls and are coming straight at you.
Oh my god.
Where are they? I see nothing.
This is why you're not supposed to eat human brains.
Meanwhile, oh look, Bikos. I like Bikos.
Oh.
I had a no. Krieger had a readied.
Krieger's got it ready.
Did he get a
Krieger
chance
can
to?
explode. Oh god!
Krieger has a chance as this shadowy form kind of comes out of one of the suits of armor.
Yeah. So
Tendrily
Krieger's-
hands, like little vines, reaching towards him, almost like the hand is growing as it's moving
Krieger's
towards him.
Macaru is he can't cleave. Yeah. I think it's a full round or a two action. Bam. 32.
Critical hit.
Can you crit these
Yes,
things?
you can.
Okay.
Don't think about it too hard. Just go with it.
60, 12.
Oh yeah, he swipes his.
Plot. Do they take cold?
They do.
Okay.
The magical cold damage will injure the shadowy being.
53 damage.
Gets reduced to 48, which destroys one of the shadowy undead. It basically turns into a thin sheet of ice and kind of explodes at the end of his sword.
Okay.
Oh.
3d12 on the
All right, they start attacking. Darian, 5 divided by 1d20 plus 15. I see 26, 17, 21, 16, and 32.
Let me say another 32. I need to open up Darian's sheet in another tab.
Darian's AC. Hold on.
With
Darian's
his
AC.
shield up, I believe it's 33, but that's based off of memory. Load OneNote.
He is 32.
So 34.
34?
Item.
Okay, so
with the shield.
he's missed
Okay.
a bunch of times, and then they need 20s on their next attacks. Okay, so he is basically keeping them at bay, like the Answerer, which is flaming and full of holy energy, is sort of like a torch, and they are dodging and weaving and trying to stay away from the Holy Avenger. And then Krieger is getting attacked.
Okay.
This will
Krieger
be a
is
little
20.
different, I'm suspecting.
His AC is 29.
and 24. That's 2 misses. And then 2 at 1d20 plus agile. Yes. So 12. AC 17 and 16. He's doing the same thing, waving his magical blade around, and they're dodging and weaving. And
We're not going to talk about how many times Alcur would have got murdered by those things.
There's a couple on Crusher, aren't there?
you can hear the sound of like something chained being dragged across the floor. And we'll call this thing the Shadow Prince.
Why is there royalty in the undead? Good night, baby.
Okay, the Shadow Prince flies out to here and sort of gazes upon the party and determines that the priest is the problem, and reaches out a shadowy hand, and from where he's standing, these little tendrils of blackness, like little black roots that are quickly growing, go arcing towards Alcur.
Oh, yeah.
Oop, that should be one more. AC 20.
No.
Alcur quickly brings up a shield spell, and so it flew out. It had to fly twice to get there, and then attack once. Top of the round, Darian.
Well, these are a problem.
Marty, did anything attack Crusher?
Nope.
Nope, they all attacked Darian.
There's 2 guys on the end of your party that are waving magical swords around that are threats to these creatures. So.
Yep.
Okay.
So Darian is going to. He's being attacked by a bunch of them. He's going to fight the mob that are fighting him. So he's going to swing the. I'm looking at Krieger. He's going to swing the Answerer and just sort of go around the circle.
Yep. Starting from the north or the south. Okay.
I'll start from the south. He will secure our retreat. All right. So his bonus to hit is apologies plus 22. Okay. So AC 41.
Critical hit.
So
Like
60,
twice over crit. He's 20.
Did a good job.
Yeah. Striking right down the middle of the shadow.
68 plus 2d6 plus 2d6. 32 plus, I forgot the basic damage bonus. Plus 7, so plus 14 on that. So 46. And there's good and flaming in there.
Good and flaming. 46 becomes 41, which is enough to destroy it.
Cool.
By 2.
All right. So
He cuts the shadow in half and it burns up.
he's going to attack the one going around the circle. AC 19.
Misses by 1.
He'll attack another time. AC 26.
This time kind of following it along the ground where it's trying to flee and arcing the Answerer into it. He strikes something in the air, which is the creature. It howls in pain.
Okay. 21 damage.
Becomes 16. It is not
All right,
bloody.
these things are a problem.
Bone Crusher.
Okay, Crusher's going to. These are considered undead, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so Crusher's going to flurry this one.
Okay, it's dancing in and out of a suit of armor at this point in time. You're like,
Actually, the this thing is striking at Alcur, yeah? Prince?
no, these four
Fucking, yeah.
these four were kind of attracted to the light that was coming off of the Answerer, or maybe the
But
fact
this-
that he's
this
a
guy-
paladin.
This guy went after who? The
This
Prince.
guy went after Alcur.
That one went after Elker.
Okay, Gersher's gonna move like this. Am I threatened when I do that?
Yep.
By who?
You're now within reach of this creature.
Okay,
You don't provoke.
fine. I'm gonna get to him. Actually, move. I'm gonna move to here. Grow. Wait, hold on. Have we grown yet? This is the new day, right?
New day.
Yeah, let's grow. Boop. Actually, I want to grow. Oops, sorry. I want to grow back. Grow this way.
Okay.
And flurry this gentleman. So he's undead.
Neither a man nor gentle is he.
30. Okay, cool. So plus 20 that, plus. Okay.
The picture of the shadow in the monster manual is fucking awesome. Look at that.
38.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, no, it's just great. That is scary.
Oh, it's fucked up. 38 and 38.
2 critical hits.
Sweet. So 8d10.
I was busy figuring out what Elker was going to do. I look back at the screw, got a big giant crusher button away. Oh, look at
Oh,
Just sticking fist through the
plus
creature.
14, 20, so 14, so 28. These, so how much damage do I subtract? 10?
10 from each strike.
No, these are flurries, so they're the same.
Okay, so 10.
Yep.
Unless you're doing force, ghost touch,
No,
positive.
No. Oops. 60. That's
60
after
damage.
DR.
Yeah, you hurt the thing really badly. It is flickering in and out of existence. Its tendrils have flown back into its body. Alcur the White.
Elker the White is going to do a really big poof of Harmony Heal.
Okay, a bunch of positive energy goes ripping through the room. Does it affect all the undead?
Civilization. Also, when you do the burst, it affects all living and undead, so it's healing for people if they were hurt.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I think some people do have a little bit. Like Krieger's got a little bit of wounds. So 30-foot range, and this is a 6th circle heal spell.
I would 5-foot step here.
I can't 5-foot step.
You can't. Oh, because you need 3 actions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's within 30 feet, so.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Boom, shakalaka.
Okay, there is a massive crackling wave of positive energy, which sounds like angry rubbing together styrofoam when it hits the negative energy creatures.
Hey, Fox.
Oh my god. 13 damage on 68? That can't be right.
Healers.
1 1 1 1 2 3 4. Go to bed, Elker. Go to bed. You're done.
So, are these will saves or simple will saves?
It's a will save for piddly. It's a 6 circle spell that was.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here are the 6.
It's your DC.
I don't even. That's
Well, that
just.
20 is saved.
29 on the 17 and 26 on the 14.
Okay, so
26 failed.
30 is the DC.
Okay, so just the one that critically made it.
Yeah, so the critical make it is no damage.
Okay, and the other
The
ones.
people who fail take.
Okay, so this one took 26, and they are not resistant to it. So 20
Anyone,
is...
well, so any of them that got less than a 20 on their will save
Yeah.
gets double damage.
They have
So-
plus 12s on their will save.
So less than 7.
the guy the 7 and the 2 2s are double damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they get 26.
this one is destroyed.
Nice.
This next one takes no damage. The next one takes half, which is 6.
Wait,
No, it takes
failed.
full. Yeah, so 13. The next one, which is the 2, takes 26.
I don't need you nerfed.
It's already nerfed, Marty.
Next one
Garbage
takes 26, and the next one gets a 26, which is a fail, so it takes 13. All right, so they all take damage, and then the one down to the south.
Rinse. 1.
It doesn't matter.
1.
Critically
Double
fails, 26
26.
damage.
Does that kill him?
He's got 80 hit points, so it destroys him.
That doesn't matter. They don't need to know what roll.
Go.
Yes.
Crackling
You
and
realize
popping.
the statistical likelihood of a number that low? Like the average is almost 30.
Yes. Yeah, I
The average
know.
is like 27.
Okay, here's somebody who defies the average. Krieger.
Yes.
He's gonna cleave.
Okay, swinging
I
the
don't know
frost
if there's
brand.
a bonus.
Do you want a rage swipe?
Yes. Sorry. So rage,
Oh! Swiping through armor. So much for being quiet.
30. Does that crit?
That is a crit against these creatures, exactly.
Okay, sweet. So I think that's one roll for both.
Just one damage roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not going to be around long enough to like steal your shadows and.
God.
They're trying to crawl back into the.
I'm happy to keep preparing restoration and never needing to use it.
Let's do D6 plus 13 plus 26.
-5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. -5. These are $2. 70 damage.
Okay, he smotes these two creatures from existence.
And 2 suits of armor.
And 2 suits of armor. Yeah, there's a bunch of armor.
He's just
So this suit of armor's messed up. This one, the one that you took. Shadowy undead. Wow, they get a second turn.
Yes, they do.
Okay, well this one's gonna step. This one's going to. This one's going to attack twice and then try to hide in Darien Shadow. Then this one's going to step in and then attack twice, and this one's going to step and attack twice. So they're all going against.
A bunch of flank attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
wait. Somebody. Oh, they stepped.
Yep.
They didn't move.
Yep.
Arrgh. Damn you for knowing what I was gonna think.
So the first one takes his 2 attacks and misses, and then it attempts to hide in Darien Shadow.
Fucking vegetarian.
It's hiding at a 32 in his shadow, so I'm just going to put stealth 32.
Is that his AC or his perception?
It just went absorbing into Darien Shadow. Then this one steps for the flank attack. It takes 2 attacks. Ooh, AC against his flat-footed.
34.
No, it's 30 because he didn't raise his shield and he's flat-footed.
Okay, so this is AC 33 and AC 32. So 2 hits.
Okay, those are both hits.
Damn. Oh.
One of them, if he had a shield up, would have also hit, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll roll the damage together. This is all negative energy damage for 20 negative energy damage. And then the one to the south, AC 28, flat-footed, misses. So you've got one that's hiding.
Wait, is somebody hiding in? Who's under Oscar Alcur?
Alcur is under Alcur.
Oh, okay. Confused.
So this one is hiding in Darien Shadow. You see it sort of absorb into the shadow that is being cast along the ground from your light, and the Shadow Prince is destroyed. So Darien.
Seek.
Is he still feeling okay?
He's still feeling fine. Well, he just took 20 negative energy damage.
I'm sorry. I'm used to shadows doing other horrible things.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not right
You
away or
can't
something.
feel your legs. Like, oh, great.
It's going to in a moment.
Oh, give it a second.
Yeah, give it a second.
Okay, he's
He
going
doesn't
to
feel
defeat-
right. Like there's something really cold creeping up his spine.
Okay, he's going to destroy the shadows that he can see,
Okay, the ones that
and
are
he will protest. I don't feel right. That's him protesting. AC 40.
That's a critical hit.
The guy in the north. So 68 plus 14 plus 36 plus 36. 56 minus 5.
Smoting this shadow.
Come on, crit the guy south of you so you can have an action to think about what's happening to your shadow. AC 24.
Just a hit.
3d8 plus 2d6 plus 7. Come on, max damage. 4 damage.
Minus
God damn.
5,
Oh no!
which would be 39, and this is the one that critically succeeded
No!
on its save, so it's got 1 hit point left.
Oh, that's the son of a bitch right there.
It is. Bone Crusher.
Oh, he's going to take his last action to attack the thing.
I see, okay.
But he wanted to use it to do something about a shadow.
Yeah, about the
Just
creepy.
move.
Yeah, he's like,
And then
he's
miss.
just-
Move 5 feet. Move 5 feet.
Alright. Bone Crusher?
So one of them is hiding somewhere?
Yeah, you saw it fly into the ground near Darian's actual shadow.
Darian has a very strong shadow because he's holding the light source. So
Okay, so
He's got
can
a
Crusher
higher
do
shadow.
Crusher do a
Yep, you could do a seek to
seek
see if you could see
action?
the creature. Right now it is hidden.
Okay. So it's perception, yeah?
Yep.
Nope. I'm gonna flurry the one in front of me.
Okay, you're like, where did it go?
324.
Okay, you smite this thing. It has 1 hit point
it's
left.
destroyed. So I did a seek. I attacked. I'm gonna do another seek.
Okay.
Is there any minus to this? No, yeah.
no,
DC
they're not
32.
attack actions.
Nope.
Okay, so you
I
don't
can't find it.
you don't see it. Alcur.
Just do a channel.
I'm feeling strange.
You're hurt. You've got red on you. Big
Where's-
bursting
there's
channel
another-
of energy because it does the healing and the harming. Just blow everything away.
Okay, you could hear something screeching from his back. Like something is hiding in his shadow.
Civilization will cleanse quietly.
Alright.
Hopefully it's not a fart in the wind like the last channel. 24, still below average, but at least it's a number.
That's
It
48
critically
now.
failed, so 48 you destroyed.
48.
Yeah, it was riding his back. Like wherever he was holding the light sword, it was in,
It was just
in the
behind him.
shadows. It was kind of behind him, but it had its tendrils in the back of its. Basically, it could spend an action to give enfeebled, and each action
More
is
enfeebled.
more enfeebled, and the enfeebled lasts for an hour. Like each stage ticks down over a course of an hour. So yeah, like I think you got it, is what Darian says, swiping his sword around and attacking now shadows that are not there, and he destroys
Okay,
one.
he's healed.
He destroys
And
one.
Krieger's
suit of armor.
healed. Alright. Alright, shh. Do you hear anything?
I think that's it.
Like that one, like pauldron rolling in a circle.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Wonder what's down that hallway.
Wait.
Taking a quick glance into two of these chambers, the top one, we'll call it the Scarlet Room. chamber is red. Floors, walls, and curved ceiling are each of a subtly different hue of red, kind of to jar the vision of the onlooker. The overall impression of this room is bloody and disgusting. Rotting cushions and divans, all of red cloth, again, each slightly different from the other, are scattered here and there. There's a low round table of wood lacquered in orange-red that stands near the far end of the room, upon which there's a red serving set and several cups and a bowl. Each of the 2 candelabras nearby holds 13 candle stubs. You're sure Oscar would find something of value in this room, and it does look like the table at the center of the room looked like to cut things up, like in a butchery type style, probably adding to red, but those stains have turned dark.
Alcar will do a channel for magic. Like a thing.
Okay. There is magic coming off of a spoon.
Okay. That one's magical. We better tell Oscar there's nothing else in here.
Crusher turns his eyes back to normal. Boop. Crusher works his way back to the other piece of armor and he starts taking it off.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Are you taking the magical spoon?
Yep. Okay. The other armor, is that also half plate, or is it another type of armor?
That one is full plate, or plate mail in the system. Actually, no, it's full plate. Full plate is what it's called.
Okay. And we'll go to this other room.
The room to the south.
I'm glad we didn't explore while I was removing the armor, because that would have been a problem for you guys.
The walls, floor, and ceiling of this room are dull blackened stone. Heavy velvet hangings of ebony hue covered the walls. Even the torch brackets along the uncovered sections are made of blackish metal. Couches and chairs of black wood remain here and there in okay condition. The upholstered cloth, while old and moth-eaten, looks like it was stained dark as well. There's a large black cabinet that stands by the west wall.
I wonder what's in here. We'll open the cabinet.
Okay, he does not set off any traps.
Yeah, that's legitimately one of the risks.
Oh.
Can he even breathe? Creature no longer has eyebrows.
In the cabinet are several worthless scrolls and books that have moldered away. There are containers that look like whatever substances were in them have dried out. There is a strand of black pearls.
Don't mind if I do.
And there's a quite sizable potion in a brown bottle.
A potion in a brown bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Detect poison?
Hey, Frozen.
It's a long time. Welcome back, y'all. Yes.
What was that, sorry?
Is the bottle poison with the detect poison?
No.
Okay. Some black pearls and...
Crusher and Darian finish packing up the armor.
Yep.
Darian is going to do a knowledge, whatever the hell Darian has, to be like, do I recognize any of these as people from Might want a religion or
Yeah,
chivalry
he previously in a previous description, I think it was the end of last game, recognized some of the heraldic devices as Knights of Epoch.
yeah.
Like someone has killed dozens and dozens of these, although Darian seems to be holding onto the helmet of the full plate and staring at it, and kind of lost in thought. I think I've worn this before.
What was that, Darian? I can't hear you.
Have I mentioned as of late that I fucking hate this place?
You made that fairly well understood.
I think I've worn this suit of armor before.
Was there a skull in the suit, Crusher?
He brushes some dust off his fists.
Did you destroy the skull in the suit?
No, it's over on. I did not damage any.
That
I'll try
particular
not
one
to.
did not have a skull in it, but it did have bones.
There were bones, but there was no skull.
Well then, Squish. They're still perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
just gives you a couple of googly eyes and doesn't flap around madly.
All right. Then I suspect that.
Hey, that potion bottle.
The brown one.
Yeah, what does it do? I found it, eh?
You certainly did. When we take a moment to figure out what it does, we will see if it is appropriate for your use. Maybe the bottle itself is magical in some way.
Oh,
Excellent.
that'd be neat. What's up with you? Gonna give Tyrion a push? I think I've worn this armor. Well, you're not wearing it now, so no big deal, right?
Well, we could see if you're well fed in your past form.
Leave it.
Oh, he's looking at a suit that wasn't the magic stuff?
No, he's looking at the magical full plate
Yep.
he had worn. Crusher didn't find a skull inside that helmet, although there's a pile of bones that Crusher left behind.
Yeah. You don't have any peculiar deformities from when you were a child. Did it have a sternum, actually? Crusher? Was there a rib cage?
Okay. Go get this crusher. Go get that crusher.
Give me a perception check or a medical check. Medicine, knowledge, nature would also apply.
I have medicine. Good medicine too.
You know that if we were to write down what we've been learning here, it would be
36.
most macabre.
Yeah, you do find a sternum that looks like there was a gem removed.
Well,
You find some
Not
broken
sure how to
ribs
tell you this.
and a spot where the gem was removed. You're pretty sure you're now playing in Darian's bones.
this used to be you. Give it to him. Here you go.
What are you giving to him?
Sternum.
He just exhales and his shoulders sag a little bit. with his
Don't
arm.
worry. The rest of my remains are over in another room. So
That's what I was told.
Those remains, if I understand correctly, are rather close to being turned into something potentially of value, of power?
Give me a bag. He takes a bag from wherever you guys are storing treasure, and Darian goes up and dutifully, he puts away the blade and is now scooping up his own bones into a sack.
no, I'll help you. I'll help you.
The crusher goes to him, man.
Darian?
Does somebody want to explain it to Frozen? We're 31 games into Mindfuck of an Adventure. So, wait, what now? Yeah.
So,
Fuck.
Frozen,
What? Two
our
sentences at
characters from past campaign have somehow been caught in a time loop in hell. It's not really hell, it's more sort of on Runerak, we're on the edge of hell.
By
But we
time
are
loop.
basically being used to grind against a dungeon over and over and over again, kind of like that Tom Cruise movie. But instead of the whole world, or Groundhog Day, but instead of the whole world resetting, they just let the next generation of people grow up. And they send us in again. And they use these stones to store our souls. That they, like a reaper comes around and collects the stones of the special people so they can be regenerated and a soul stuck in them. And hey, look, you're a paladin now. And we've got our memories are all sorts of fucked up. And the world is simultaneously normal and depraved. Like it's normal. Like you want to protect the innocents, even though the whole thing is just depravity and the general concept is evil.
And basically I added some spice to an otherwise standard and big mega evil dungeon that Gary Gygax wrote in the 80s. And my first read through of it, I went, oh, I need to do something to make this more interesting.
Did a good job.
Yeah. I need to do something. Yep. Plus, at the same time, it's got a very, very Ravenlofty feel to it. At the same time, they think that they're at the end of the multiverse, as in the timeline relative to the other campaigns.
We're at the very end.
They think it's the end, or near the end. The demoness in the temple is really real. What else? They have seen elements of other campaigns being referenced to.
Yeah. And we've learned they're intending, like the final plan of the evil bad guys is to create artifacts of evil or of corruption to permeate the elemental planes. Like their goal is to permeate fire, air, water, earth with corruption at the source. And then go, we win. Ha ha ha, we win. We're all in the fungal horror. We have won. I am the greatest of the fungi. Like, they have a very diligent plan.
And when we're talking about corruption, we're talking about the corruption from the Otra, the Cthulhu-esque stuff that lives on the outside of creation.
Yeah. So, Alcur was just fiddling around in his bags, and he pulls out the skull of Darian, and gives it to him. Oh, I found this.
And you were going to tell me when?
I understand how this might seem odd, but when I felt that you would be ready to fathom the information.
He takes the skull, he looks at it for a moment. The moment kind of grows a little bit awkward as you're kind of fumbling through an excuse. he sort of like fits it on where the neck bones were, and it does look like the skull that you found in the other room probably came from this version of the corpse, and they just left the headless corpse rotting inside the armor, which didn't rust because the armor was sufficiently magical and protected, although the padded armor is a little stained. It's a little icky.
You might want to give that a rinse.
Yeah.
Tumble dry with some bleach.
It's like the time when Marty, so I think this is in the early 20s, went out drinking, and then I had a Coke. And I kind of passed out in bed with like a full Coke, and I woke up and the Coke was everywhere, but it seeped through the sheets into the bed. So there was this huge dark stain. There was nothing on planet Earth that's going to get the Coke stain out of it. Fine, I mopped it up as best as I could, dried it out, and then, you always have sheets on your bed. But when it came time to getting the movers to move the bed, looking at their faces as they were doing it, I'm like, yeah, it was Coke. And they're like, yeah, whatever. It's sure it is. It looked like somebody died in that spot. Yeah. Ignore the Massive shit stains, right? Funny. But I knew at least it was Coke, and that I didn't literally shit the bed.
Well, depending on your usage of the term "shit the bed,"
yeah.
I'm pretty certain dumping a can of Coke into one's bed
Figuratively,
that shit in the bed.
figuratively shat the bed, but literally did not. Funny. Funny. Good to see you, President. Okay.
So I hand him back his skull. I'm assuming he doesn't hand it back to me.
No, he's just sort of staring at it, and then kind of tries to fit it on, and it seems to fit, and he puts it into the bag with his stuff. Do you want to add to the bottom of Darian's character sheet a sack with his bones in it?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Just so he remembers.
Yep. It'll be one of these things where Mark's just looking through his character sheet. He's like, oh.
Sack with previous Darian skeleton, including skull.
Yeah, they're not usual sentences. This is not a normal sentence. I give him back his own skull.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There.
It's now treasure.
Alright. So it's probably in good conscience that we should check to see if there's any more skulls of import in the dining hall.
Well, at least my skull wasn't dinner.
Yes. There's no like seam on it, or they didn't cut the top off. No. No, you weren't. All right. Alker's going to cast a see invisibility.
Okay.
And is going to just go skull shopping. He's going to look for skulls.
Okay. At the same end of the table where a werewolf on the painted depiction of the horrid feast, there is a half-orc skull.
Oh boy. Does it seem to fit Crusher's situation?
It is a male half-orc skull of considerable size. It has been sliced open, and the brain, assuming there were brains within it, are not there.
You might want to have a talk with your brother.
The top of that skull has a magical sigil upon it.
And give me a second, I'm going to my list of sigils that I already know. I don't know this one yet. What sigil is it? Is it Booba Yugu?
It's a really
Oh no, he might be the war god. Because he got taken by the sword, right? He got taken by the berserking sword and then just sucked into hell. So I don't think it would be Baba Yaga. It would be some barbarian berserker god.
Was he sucked into hell or the abyss?
Oh, he was sucked into the not this. He was sucked away. Like in Adam's head, he was.
Oh right.
The earth opened up and sucked him in.
It was oh yes.
And it was a berserker sword, so it was probably the abyss.
Nope.
Whatever the bad place was, he was taken there. He got the high score on pinball, and then the man in the black suits showed up.
Okay. I need to look up one thing. Right, Crusher did have a...
Crusher was different than the rest of us. He did not celebrate Festivus.
He was awesome.
Crusher won that war. It became three-sided. Army A, Army B, and Crusher.
That was a horrible day.
Okay, there is a sigil upon the top of the skull.
Mm.
Give me a knowledge occult.
All right. Menulage occult is, I believe, plus 19. Yes, it is. $38. Foxfire. So in the previous game with Crusher, because almost all the characters here are from previous games, he was a werebear monk who had a cursed sword of berserking, and actually drew it and used it on a battlefield, and then because he had DR and regeneration, he just slaughtered everything until basically he got swallowed up by the ground.
Now, in my defense, I wasn't there when we found the sword. And it was like, oh, Crusher, yeah, you can use your sword? Yeah, sure, I'll pick up a sword. You're cursed. I'm like, what? That's bad.
An Endbringer, the Horseman of War. This looks to be Crusher's skull. So, you are possessed or owned by the Horseman of War.
That sounds fitting.
It's an archdaemon. I don't think you would agree with their principles.
The 4 archdaemons are powerful and unique daemons, having attained the power of demigods, representing the four calamities of the end time, being death, famine, pestilence, and war. Daemons are neutral evil in alignment.
So I suppose that actually aligns with your current sensibilities, what with worshipping the war god.
He's
I
not
mean-
evil.
Well, somewhat by necessity, the fact that the end bringers are omens of the end of everything, and thus abjectly opposed to civilization, creation, and life, that basically places them into the category of evil.
And who is your sponsor?
Baba Yaga.
I would keep my mouth shut if I were you.
Oh,
I don't worship Baba Yaga.
Krieger's like scratching the back of his head almost instinctually. Oh, so a bunch of evil things brought you here?
Apparently.
Yes. The theory is that we have been owned by evil things, and they are using us for some sort of sport.
Yeah, but aren't we kicking evil's ass in this place?
Yes.
Not all evil agrees with itself.
Just like not all
demons and
good
devils.
agrees with itself. But not all those are civilized. There's frequently discussions around how two civilized groups can come to war, and then how does the Heart of Gold decide with whom to support. Similar sorts of discussions around the five-faced god. Beings can still be righteous, yet not in agreement. Beings can still be evil, yet not in agreement as well.
Yeah, just because you have a bar fight with somebody doesn't mean you're gonna kill them.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah, all right, says Krieger.
What
are you doing?
Happy to
What are
know
you
that
doing?
you are a free man. For now.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing with this?
What?
Crusher, are you wish to carry your own skull, or simply the top of it, or
We could put it in the bag.
He nods. Like, yeah. Go ahead.
Would you like to carry it, or shall I?
He puts it into the bag with the other stuff.
Crusher's not that interested in it. It
It
wouldn't be
does
the
want-
only version of me. There'd be multiple skulls of mine around.
Yes.
Not really that interested in that one or other ones. And all of ours.
It means Crusher's died twice, at least.
Darian and Crusher Skull / Super Bowl. I believe, if my understanding of who was sitting at the seat, or there's no one sitting at the seat.
There's no one sitting at the seat,
Okay.
but it's very close to the end of the depiction along the wall where the werewolf was sitting. The werewolf with the spear was sitting there.
Yeah. Crusher.
Yep.
I'm fairly certain that we have all made mistakes in the past. In fact, I am most certain of it. Eating your brother's brain, eating one's brother's brain, is a big one.
Not gonna happen. We've already
Not with
talked.
Shadow.
We've already had this talk to Shadow. He goes bad, we put him down.
All right. Do you ever wonder where Oscar got that weird mantra from?
Which one?
That we don't eat people. One.
It is an odd turn of phrase, but this topic has come up a few times already.
Yes. Well, we don't eat people.
I'm pretty sure some of the things that I say, I've said before.
Same here.
Yes.
If Shadow does turn down the wrong road, I will put him down myself.
Speaking of which, Shadow comes traipsing around the corner. We zoom out a little bit.
Where the fuck are you guys?
Hey, you guys don't see where everyone is.
Well, where the fuck's the cavalry? We're sitting right here.
My
Oh, they-
stupid brother went that way.
They were here, but yeah, you do. You hear the muffled sound of conversation.
Shadow's gonna creep up. She goes. Shh. She's gonna creep up and go.
You're gonna get fireballed, jackass.
All right, Shadow. As you're grinning, you see them holding up a skull and having a very like frowny faced discussion around the skull.
What you assholes doing?
Simply discussing what we found.
Where are Ptolemy and Oscar, Shadow? I've had enough of this room. You've had enough of this room as well. And he's trying to like push you out of the room.
All right,
How
let's
accurate
get
is
out
the
of this
painting?
place.
It's a werewolf. It's got a spear.
Is the spear accurate enough for me to make a mental image of it to locate said spear?
Maybe.
Kerr will take a moment to look at the painting
Okay.
to just visualize the spear.
Do you need me to carry you out of here too?
Crusher or me?
You, says Krieger.
Oh, Shadow was talking about the spear he was missing. I might be able to use this clue to help find it.
Is that Shadow in the painting?
Oh, you didn't pick up on that? No, it's not Shadow in the painting, because that would harm the cohesion of our group.
Nothing for you to look at in there, Shadow.
Well, that sounds just weird. But I trust you guys. That's fine.
Just take a quick peek. Like,
Yeah, you do see there's a werewolf in the painting that they seem to be freaking out about. It did look like a grim sort of meal. Ptolemy's like, that little goblin, I think, has served me before. He says to Oscar.
Yeah. I seem to remember him a little bit, maybe. He's not unfamiliar.
Something about a book.
Yeah, he was talking some about numbers, masters, something.
Yes.
And then he needs to clean, and that you're old. So,
Well, I'm not that old.
no, you're sprightly. You did a good job down there. Kept your cool, eyes open.
Yes, and we found a bunch of books. That wizard's
Yeah,
going to be really angry when we make off with his books.
I believe liberated is the correct word.
Yes, it's one of your favorite verbs. Where is everyone?
Over here. So, around the...
Yeah, you guys come around the corner. All right, where are the rest of you?
Oh, they were taken up to the lab. The alchemist is most adamant that he find his gear. And we found his book.
Okay, you can hear the shuffling and low talk of Mudrazar as they're making their way back. Yeah, come on, Dink. There's dirty things over here too, Dink.
Oh no! So dirty. Are you certain this room is important? Other room very important.
Yeah.
yes, this
yeah.
room very, very important. Yes.
There you go, Dink. There you go.
You have returned. Unfortunately, I've not been able to find my supplies or
Little
my...
red book, gold binding.
Like this, and you
Yes.
notice that Ptolemy's got it open.
Yes. Here.
Why do you need a alicorn from a unicorn and a phoenix heart and the tear of a angel?
Purest of the purest. They are required.
You go rushing over when Ptolemy's
Yeah.
fooling around with your book. He gives it back.
You're supposed to discuss how he returns the favor before you give him the book back.
He got all excited, and I got excited for him.
Yeah, your favors
Well,
will be
great.
returned.
Now we're all
Don't
excited,
you
and
worry.
there's nothing we can do about it.
I suggest we leave before the same thing happens last time. Yes.
What is it? What are you trying to make with those things?
Lee looks at him.
He looks back and
You see, with this,
looks away because it's awkward.
when you have gathered the purities from them and combined them in the right way, anything that is unpure can be purified. Anything.
Iggy's ears pick up.
Very purify means very clean. Yes.
Yes. More than clean.
How much of this do I need to purify accursed master's excellent, lovely, dirty fungus-filled castle?
A drop would do.
Just one drop will be able to do it. No
Where do we
problem.
find?
Yeah, making some soap for Iggy will make his task a bit easier.
Xmas is a little bit more than soap, but yes, you get the idea.
Hi there. He's looking down at Ogre. Big grinning
Hello.
ogre.
Are you doing well?
Oh yeah, I lost my my cleaver, so I don't got so much in the way of weapons to help out, but Generally good spirits.
Here, you'll hold this halberd.
Oh, hey,
It's kind of like a cleaver on a stick.
it's like a big god poker.
Yes. A brave knight once wielded it.
Oh,
And I suppose you are now a brave knight.
oh, well, shucks.
I'm not certain that's quite how that works.
It's close enough, Darian. His heart is in the right place.
Well, yeah, no one's carved it out or anything.
Unlike ours.
Oh,
Worry not about it.
So about leaving.
Yes.
Yeah. Quiet down, Beardo.
Beardo the clown.
yeah, we'd like to get out of here this time. Maybe it'd be good if we don't go running
you.
smack dab into a bunch of the Amogers.
Yes.
I didn't really have much time, did I? I'm sorry.
Everybody, we can shut the fuck up. Do we have what we need in the hole? We need to find a place to make certain we got the book with the stuff in it to get us back to do the thing so we can come back and do the other thing. So,
I have what I need. Don't know what hole you're speaking about.
I agree. You've got your book, and we gave it to you before we made any sort of deal.
It is the
So
gold
we're
one
we're
with
not
the
going
red
to talk
trim.
about that for now.
Gold trim. It's very good. Many potions.
Maybe if we just create lots of potions for us, Oscar, we'll see the deal is done.
I
Yeah.
promised you I would help you. Just need to.
What about this purifier? Very pure.
Yes, I will need the lab here to do it. But if we are able to find these things, then yes, I can purify anything, anywhere, even the
Do you
spiders.
need Iggy's help to produce purifier? Or does Iggy need to stay clean?
I could definitely use your help. You're very skilled.
Would
If
you
we
be
can
able to
collect
do
these,
it without Iggy?
no, definitely not.
Oh.
No,
I-
I tell you, he's important. He's the smartest goblin I've ever known.
If Iggy decides to stay here, I will never be able to create this and not be able to provide it for you to clean.
And then Master's temple
Very-
would never be clean.
Correct. You're
So the
very
only way to clean the
perceptive.
temple is to stop cleaning the temple and help Hefson Ali.
Beer.
Sorry.
Yes.
Close.
Close
That up.
enough.
I'm gonna fuck it up my ass, but
You are very smart, yes. You come along and we will be able to clean the entire castle. Yes.
yes.
Temple is clean.
Okay, so hallelujah. Everybody quiet. We're gonna make our way out. We need to get to a place where we can rest and peruse the materials that we got to ensure that we got the magics to do what we need to do.
You got
Sounds
the,
very good.
you got the spell books, says Krieger.
We got spell books. We got a bunch of them.
That sounds very impressive.
Ooh. Like Alker's kind of doing like a hippie hop between little. Settle down. Don't wear your robe.
No, we can
All right.
prestidigitate.
So we're gonna sneak our way. Tony, do you have another veil on this day?
Oh yes, veils
Oh.
for everyone.
Marty, could Ali have picked up a whole bunch of syringes and little sharp edges and a whole bunch of blunt objects? It's a little bag.
What do you need these for?
Telekinesis.
Sharp objects in a bag? Sure.
Wasn't a lab.
Yep. Yeah, Ptolemy does have another veil. He veils all of you to look like hyena folk wearing Greater Temple symbols. He'll keep Iggy as a different type of goblin, but green-skinned, and Mudrazar has got a bunch of spikes on him.
Arr, Road Warrior.
Right.
uh,
Different looking ogre, while the rest of you look like hyena folk.
all right, we are going to basically go up and out.
Okay, which staircase are you using?
We are going to use these stairs.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. Actually, yeah. Well,
Yep,
Places-
there are no statues left.
Oh, fuck!
Just the little placards of what each type of creature was.
all right. We were able to identify them, correct?
Yep.
So I'm going to, I think, snipping tool. Yep. I'm going to take a snip of this, and I'm going to just drop it in my notes to know that what do we have to fight in there, and we have to fight these things.
Making your way through the fungal room.
Yep.
Everyone roll a d20 as you're going through. I'll roll for the three.
All these first.
I'll roll for
Ooh. What's the save?
Mudrazar. No, I'm just looking for
Still roll
ones.
one.
Oh, okay.
Alcur and Oscar are good. Darian
Ooh, okay,
is
good.
good.
And then Krieger is good. I've rolled so bad, but no one's.
Nobody's just shoving a mushroom up their nose, just like.
It's supposed to go here, right? Yeah, you guys. Some of you are sneezing as you're going through, but managed to get through the fungal growth room. I will move you guys up to level 2. Okay, you guys can hear this horrible sound of crunching bones
What direction is it coming from?
from over here.
Well, we're going to go north then.
You guys zip north towards the spiral staircase,
Yep.
and then go up. Make your way past the jail cell. And then from here, where are you going?
We'll unlock this door.
Okay. Yeah, the door is open to the ghoul room. None of the bodies are there.
Well, that's horrific. That is truly horrible. Let's take a peek into.
The armory, all of the giant bodies are missing.
Did it take like pieces of armor and stuff like that, like leather, or did it just take the bodies, or did it take everything?
If there are things strapped to the bodies and worn to the bodies, the whole things are part of the mess.
But like daggers and stuff are left behind, or like single arrows or whatever.
Anything that was not captured as part of the body, like stuck to a body. If a dagger was in a sheath and on a belt, then it's probably with it. But and just to give you an idea of how many corpses so far it's collected, these are the corpses from level 1.
It's 3 levels worth.
Do you know how much scrap material we could achieve by? Don't even.
What is it? Says Krieger.
Some sort of ooze made of detritus, specifically fleshy detritus. A flesh ooze. Thing of nightmares. Most unfortunate, most uncivilized. It appears. Did it take everything that had, like. Sorry. One moment. Can we go to the room? fever burned bad. How long has it been since we were checking those things?
Which things?
The dinner table. Looking at skulls on the dinner table.
How long? Zipping up here, probably 10 minutes.
Shit. Okay. Alright, I see invisibility's down. Otherwise, I would have checked on Ptolemy's master, which I assume would just be Baba Yaga, but I don't know for sure.
Wait, who?
Ptolemy skull.
We haven't checked Ptolemy's skull, so I don't know where Ptolemy's.
Oh, up in this room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but we ran out of time. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna go up the ascending stair.
Okay, you go up the ascending stair to the
West.
Yep, let me paste you guys onto temple main floor. There's nobody up here because they're afraid of the monster that's collecting up all the bodies. Are you doing anything on the temple on the main floor?
Let's look in that door that we didn't look at before.
Which one?
This one. This one. Let's check that one first.
Okay, I have to flip back way far back in the module.
Go with the Wayback Machine.
That door leads to a small vestry.
Okay.
One second.
A small vestry. Pieces of broken glass and splinters of crystal lie scattered within. A pile of robes, once ivory colored, lie in the center of the room. They are soiled and stained with excrement and blood.
Eee. A quick ping for magic.
Okay, there's maybe 1 in 6 chance there's something magical in that big pile of robes. It doesn't look like temple robes. It may look like the clothing that people used to wear before donning temple colors.
Nope.
You don't find anything magical in there.
I certainly don't need clothes, Goblin. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Ptolemy shrugs.
Go to this door here by the high altar.
Okay. The east door. The portal is finely carved, but most of the vile and obscene work has been hacked and chopped, so to efface its evil. Beyond the door is another vestry, much larger than the small one that you looked into. The fresco paintings must have been some sort of scene of debauched revels. There are smashed remains of great couches, tables, and padded chairs strewn throughout the room. There's some spread charcoal and several broken barrels that are also amongst the area. It looked like somebody tried to store firewood in here, which also was scattered. There are several human skeletons, probably human. One of them is wearing the tattered remains of a scarlet robe.
Does scarlet robe mean anything? Is it a fire robe or is it a...
Nope, it's just a once fancy-looking robe.
Okay. Check the room for magic.
Let's see, 1 in 3 chance that robe is magical. If you roll a 1. Hey!
Whoop,
Nice.
hey, peasant. Whoever owned that before, not giving it back now.
So
I don't
Oscar
care if it
goes
has a name on it.
tiptoeing in to get at the robe. It has gold and